my name is Rosa Bevington, and I'm with the University of Arizona Cooperative Extension. And today I'm going to show you how to change out your motors on your DJI Phtantom 2. When flying, you can choose to fly with propeller guards or without propeller guards. It's up to you. But make sure that when you're putting your Phtantom back together, that you use the correct size screw. The propeller guards require a longer screw. If you use this longer screw without the propeller guards, you have a chance of piercing your motors and possibly damaging them. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. You gotta make sure before you start you have your tools. So this is a tool set I'll be using. And I normally use this type of tool, size 2.0. And I'll definitely be needing a soldering gun. I'm also going to have a bowl with damp paper towel in it so I can wipe off the tip. And then this is my solder. Since we are soldering, you will also need some heat shrink tubing. There's screws at the bottom. You unscrew the bottom. All these right here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then times 4 all around. These 4 will loosen your motors from the shell casing. I want to make sure I put my motors on the right arms. Okay, so I didn't know this when I first started flying and troubleshooting, but apparently it matters how the top goes on. So this is clockwise, this is counterclockwise. So if you look, the stickers, like they tell you where to put the stickers, and they have like indentations right here. It might be a little hard to see, but they have indentations. And then the indentations also match on the copter at the bottom. So that's how you can tell how the top is supposed to go on. So now I know that this motor is going to be clockwise, this one's going to be counterclockwise. So I marked the clockwise ones here so I don't have to reference the top anymore. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the motor off and then cut these ends off as well so I can solder them together. So this one is going to be counterclockwise because it says right there and it's going to go this way. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the ends off of this. I want to make sure to leave, I don't want to cut a lot off because I want to make sure I'd rather have more than enough cording than not enough cording. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Boom. There you go. Okay. And then same thing with this. And also it's good to have more cording. That way the heat won't affect this board because this is circuitry right here. So I don't want to mess this up at all. The middle is always going to attach to the middle, so the red, right? And then the left is going to go over here and the right one's going to go over here. The opposite is true of clockwise. So when I cut this, I'm going to take this, and the middle is always in the middle, and then for clockwise it'll just be like this, left and right, so it'll attach like that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and skin this a little bit. So now we're ready to solder. I'm going to take this paper towel and I'm going to wrap it around the circuit board and just tape it underneath to just a little extra measure of safety. So before I start soldering, I'm going to put on the heat shrinking tube. I'm going to cut it and then I'm going to slip it on here. Slip it on over. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and heat this one up. It doesn't take much to heat it up. You can feel the heat through the plastic. Oh, yeah, that gets hot. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply some solder to the tip of this. So since this is counterclockwise, we're gonna cross wires, okay? So since this one's right here, I'll just do this one. So now I'm gonna take the shrink wrap, cover the connections, and then blow dry away. I'm gonna make sure it covers from plastic to plastic. Okay, and there we go. Nice and tight. Okay, so now I have all 4 motors in. See my nice handiwork right there. Looking nice and tight with the heat shrink wrap. So now I'm gonna screw them in and see if they work. Remember, use the short screws, not the long ones. When you screw these on, you gotta make sure that these holes aren't evenly spaced out. So it can't go in any direction, it has to go a specific direction. It is testing time. I have my Phtantom right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and power it on. And then I'm gonna go ahead and power this on. And I know this one is clockwise, so I gotta make sure it spins the correct way. Success. Okay, now I'm gonna try to fly it. I'm gonna put the top back together with all the screws that are needed right here. Okay, now we're ready for our test flight. Well, that's it, guys. That's how you can change your motors in your DJI Phtantom. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any further questions or comments, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. And remember, safety is always a priority, especially when flying. So be safe and stay tuned for more tutorials. We'll see you later.